Hey there, it's Lenny McGill with the GlockStore Performance and Custom Shop here in our fantastic Nashville studios. And you know, the number 18,000 is a pretty big number. If you have $18,000, that's a lot of money, right? 18,000 of anything is a lot. But I want to let you know that we have done 18,000 slide cuts here in this facility where you send your slide in, we mill the slide for the optic that you choose, and we send it back to you in 10 days or less. Boom, 18,000, it's huge. And we really appreciate all 18,000 of you. Actually, a lot of people have not only sent the first one, and then they send in like, 2 or 3 more slides for us to cut. So a lot of repeat customers because we do them literally in 10 days or less. And I don't think we've missed one. So if you are looking to go to the Red Dot Revolution, this is the place. And today we're going to talk about a new, well, not a new red dot, but a new cut for us that we just recently added to our selection. Because it's kind of different and kind of unique, and I want to really take the time to talk about it, but also the optic itself. It's the Aimpoint. It's the ACRO P2 version. And a lot of people who are familiar with optics and familiar with Aimpoint know that they are known worldwide for the quality of their optics, the glass, the laser, everything is super crisp and super tight. So let me tell you that there's no distinction here with that either. This thing is super on point with the Aimpoint quality. It's amazing. It's an enclosed optics, as you can see, kind of a box, all right? Batteries on the side, which is important because that way once you mount it, you don't have to take it off to replace the battery. The controls are on the side as well. As I just mentioned, the optics, the glass that Aimpoint uses is really good. So you really cannot beat the Aimpoint quality. But there's one other feature that I think is really pretty fascinating and something that you should be aware of because this is not a low cost optic, but it is a high-end optic. But what they do with this is they have a different mounting system where a lot of the mounting optics use 2 screws. This has more of a clamping system, and hence it required us to mill the slide with a little different footprint. And you can see it kind of looks like the Holosun 509T, but it's a little different, and the concept is the same. It clamps on. So what we've seen with the 2 screws is, obviously, you have your posts, and those are very important because those screws can become the weak spot for the mounting. This particular mounting system provides a very robust clamp that gives a lot of contact with the slide. And so it has a tendency to, just really be sound and sturdy and stable and just, clamp on there and looks great, feels great. It is a little different milling system for us, but it does look really good and it does secure the optic as one would expect. So let's talk about the optic. Like I said, I already told you all the cool things about it. Here is the tool that comes with it. Okay, this is really important. You don't lose this because this Torx wrench up here is going to be used to not only sight in, but also to mount it as well. The plastic side here is used to operate, or should I say remove, the cover, the battery cover. Now, I'm going to tell you, you really don't want to lose this tool because this is, this is kind of a normal slot. You can put a quarter in there, but don't use just a regular screwdriver because you're going to mess up the finish, and you're also going to maybe, kind of scratch it or even kind of, dent it a little bit. It is aluminum body, all right? But use the plastic tool that comes with it because it allows you to really crank on it. And if you slip out of there, which, it's not a very deep slot, if you slip out of there, it's not going to scratch the surface or mar the surface whatsoever. There's the cap. It does have an O-ring on it. There's the battery. Battery goes with the positive side up. It's your basic CR2032 battery. Okay, so it's pretty cool. I really think this thing is a neat little optic. And again, this tool is very valuable. Let's talk about how to mount it. Now, this slide I have in front of me started out as a normal Glock slide, not an MOS, okay. Sent to us, we milled it exactly for the footprint. You can see there's a slot here that takes the corresponding post in the bottom. there's a screw on the side. You open that up, and that's what clamps it together. So it's pretty simple, right? Okay, I'm going to put my screwdriver in there and unscrew this a little bit just to loosen it up. And you're going to notice that this guy kind of plays a little bit, right? Come out just a little bit. I don't want to take it all the way out because then I got to fuss to put it back in. And now we're going to go ahead and clamp it on the side here. And I'll start with the clamp side and kind of get it on the one side and get it set there. And there it is. It's you know, kind of in place. It's locked into that slot. Now I'll take my tool and just tighten it up. And that's how easy it really is. And I don't want to kill this, but I want to give it, you know, maybe 15 pounds of pressure. I'm not sure you need to put Loctite on there, but I would say to you, as you shoot, manage that screw a little bit. Just take a peek at it every once in a while. Make sure it's not walking itself out. If it is walking itself out, then I would say use some Loctite. But that's it. It's pretty locked in there. It's available, of course, you can see in either black or FDE. It's got a 3.25 MOA, which means that the dot inside at 100 yards is 3.25 inches. And that's what the MOA, minute of angle, basically means. So when I put that dot out on the target at 100 yards, it'll be 3.25 inches. Now, what that means is at 50 yards, it's going to be half that. And at 25, it's going to be half that again. And at 12, it's going to be yet half that again. So in essence, it's about, you know, 0.75 inches at your 12-yard distance. So that means your aiming point is, you know, 0.75 inches round, which gives you a very tight and accurate aiming dot for most self-defense shooting. And if you notice, it's got the dovetail for the rear sight in the front of the slide versus behind the slide. So that allows us to do a couple things. One, because we're not intersecting with the extractor and the extractor depressor plunger rod, which is right here, we can actually mill the footprint a little bit lower. Additionally, we can still add the dovetail out front here because the dovetail is not as deep as we like to go. The lower the optic is on the slide, the more pointable it is because, again, it's sitting closer to the bore. The dot is sitting closer to the bore. So, again, it's more pointable. Anytime you start to raise that dot up, you can see the offset, kind of like an AR-15. You know, you've got to be aware of the fact that you've got to match those up. You got to kind of shoot downhill to make that dot line up with the bore. So the closer to the bore we can get with the dot, the better. And that's what we do when we go ahead and do this combat cut. We can actually mill it a little bit deeper. The rear sight, like I said, goes in front. That allows you to do co-witness if you so desire. So that is basically how you can operate or install the Aimpoint on your slide. If you send your slide to us, again, we're going to turn it around in 10 days. Now, many of you have an MOS gun, which is the Glock modular optic system, which is the plate right here. So we have a solution for that as well with the same concept. It's basically our A plate, okay? So here's the A plate. And basically, it just fits directly into the MOS, and the optic will fit right onto it, just like so. So let's go ahead and show you how this works real quick. I'll take that off. I can use the same tool to remove the MOS plate. And this tool is actually pretty nice. It's got a nice little paddle here that gives you the ability to get on top of those screws versus the little Allen that Glock sends you. You see I use my little armorer's donut here so I don't lose any of the pieces and parts that come out of this gun. So this MOS plate is plastic and it comes out just like that. There's the MOS plate, there's the two screws that come with it. Here is our A plate and it goes in just like so. Now these A plates are in development. It will come with the screws you need to attach the A plate to the gun, and then also you don't need screws for this because it uses the clamping system. So I'll show you how that works, like so. Let me make sure this is loose, and it looks like it is. So again, we're going to get that clamp kind of down in the out position and use the clamp as the first part here. And there it sits in like so, just like that. And then tighten it up. And you'll see that the A-plate allows you to mount the ACRO directly to your MOS plate without any milling necessary. And that's the idea. Now, I don't have it attached to the gun, so I'm going to just go ahead and take it off. I'm going to show you on the bottom. It does have the slot. This is in production. Like I said, we're getting these done here probably next couple of weeks or so. But if you have an MOS, there is a solution for you now to directly mount with the A-plate, the Aimpoint Acro. So the Acro is available. It's been around for a little while, but we really just started getting it on our radar as it's become more and more popular because the mounting system, I believe, is superior to 2 screws. I mean, it makes a lot of sense, right? You have more contact, more surface area contact on which the gun, the optic rests versus just the 2 screws. So that said, we've got Aimpoint Acros now added to our 10-day optic service. If you have a slide you want to mill for either an Acro or any other optic, we're here. We can do it. Like I said, we've got 18,000 done now, and they keep coming every day. And we appreciate everybody who gives us the trust in their slide, because we do treat them like it's our slide. They come in. If we mess it up, we got to replace it. So we do really take good care of them. We track them. We get them milled. We send you some tracking number when it's all done. Everything works pretty good. I appreciate you, like I said, giving us the trust in your slide to take care of it. If you do want to join the Red Dot Revolution, please check out the website, give us a call, or drop into Nashville and bring your slide down. We'll be happy to go ahead and cut it for you. I'm Lenny McGill. This, of course, is the GlockStore Performance and Custom Shop here in Nashville. Anytime you're in the area, we're just 2 miles from the airport. Love to have you come in. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.